hope you're all right. Welcome back to Busy Bee Budgets for those of you who subscribe, and for those of you that are new, welcome along. On this channel I talk about my journey into financial independence, and I've been using cash stuffing now for, this will be the 4th month, and I found it a really good way to kind of focus my goals and kind of understand where I am with money. I'm super lucky to have a high income, but what I'm trying to be is a lot more intentional about my money, and this has definitely helped me do some things like that, such as I'm doing a no buy for clothes this year, and I've set up a giving element and lots of different things. So for me it's been really great. Obviously appreciate that everyone has their own journey around cash envelopes and not everyone's as fortunate as I am, but I think hopefully we can all inspire each other, and I know I certainly get loads of ideas and tips and different tricks from other people, so hopefully there'll be something to keep you interested. Today is my week 1 of May stuffing, so I've done my budget for May and that video is already up, and this week I'm going to be stuffing 210 into my cash envelopes, and it'll be really quick about what I've got left over from last week because there's literally nothing left. And I think part of that is just I had the week off work, so I was doing like lots of jobs and like just knocking loads of things off my to-do list, but all of which kind of came with like minor costs and stuff. Nothing over the top, but just enough to like keep it on. And I don't know if you can see my hands, they're covered in paint, so I'm really sorry. I know everyone else on these channels has like amazing nails and looks really well presented, but that's kind of not just me. So yeah, I've got like paint from doing some garden jobs today, so there we go. Right, so I've got nothing left in food, nothing in fuel, nothing in self-care, nothing in social, nothing in miscellaneous, nothing in spend, and nothing in giving. So a clean start, but this means there's nothing for stuffing for savings challenges or any change to kind of get rid of. So everything's gone, the cupboard is bare, and this is a good time to restart. So food, I'm going to get 80 this week, so 20, 40, 60, 80. I should say I've got 210 to stuff. And actually, before I stuff this, I'm just going to count it, because if you watch my channel, you will know that I'm notoriously bad at counting how much cash I have. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, so that's 160. And then in tens, I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 50 plus 1, 60 should be 210. So that's how much I'm stuffing today. Right, so go back to, I'm going to give 20, 40, 60, 80 to food. And I have got these mini cash envelopes from Aesthetic Budget, which I really like, and I put those in my wallet. So what I do is stuff my main folder here. I don't always take that out with me just because of practicalities. So what I tend to do is, if I know I'm going out, is I will stuff some money from my binder into my little envelopes, and they just kind of go with me everywhere in my purse, which is great. Fuel is getting 20 today. I think I'll do that in a 20. I've actually done quite a lot of miles this week, just with, like, as I say, kind of running around doing jobs and all of that kind of stuff. So I will need to put some fuel in my car, but I might try and wait till next week, week's 2 cash stuff, just so I've got like £40, which is kind of roughly about half a tank for me at the moment. So I don't think I've got to go to anywhere too major with work this week, so that should be fine. Self-care is getting 30. Social is going to get 20. Miscellaneous is going to get 10. Spends is going to get 40. So this is a category that I've upped from previous months, just because I've reduced some other elements. So self-care I've reduced down, and bits and pieces, so I felt like I could give myself a bit more in spends, so we'll see how that kind of works out. What I think I'm going to do is, if I have money left over at the end of the month, I'm going to put that towards my treats sinking fund, and that's kind of where I save up for bigger things. But this month I do need to get some Apple, my iPods are kind of on their way out, so I need to kind of replace those, so that's why I've kind of allocated a bit more this month, but I'm going to see how that goes and kind of decide. And then 10 is going to go into giving. So that is that. So that's 210. It doesn't take very long to stuff that, does it? So that should all be good. They all seem quite reasonable this week, so that's fine. So that is that. And then in my next video, I'm going to stuff my sinking funds. And what I've done this month is adopted the snowball method, which I think it was Rainbow Budgets I first saw it on. So instead of me stuffing a little bit into each sinking fund, which is kind of what I used to do going back a few months, I've decided to just attack them on a snowball basis. So I'm going to fully stuff health and gifts this month, and as always I'm going to put 1,000 towards financial goals, and then the difference I've got, which is about 625, as I said, I'm doing some work in the garden, and that's going to pay for some of the paint and decking oil and plants and all that type of stuff. So what I'm hoping is it will be a really lovely transformation. And I guess this is what we mean about being like intentional with our money, isn't it? It's just setting myself a budget. Usually if I was doing these kind of projects, I would have just like spent whatever I spent and didn't really worry about it. Whereas now with being much more intentional about it, and at the end of every month I kind of wouldn't have that much left over, because I do this for loads of different categories like social, food, whatever. I just kind of keep paying for stuff and not really think about it until I got towards the end of the month. Whereas with this kind of the cash envelopes and stuff, I'm now putting like a regular amount towards my financial goals, and I've set myself a budget for this garden, which I wouldn't usually do for this type of stuff. So I think that's how it's changing my behaviours and how it's changing how I value cash, and how I make sure that I prioritise the things that are going to be really important. Like we're probably not going to have a holiday this year, so making sure the garden's lovely and that it's really kind of like an enjoyable place for us to spend some time and also have friends over is just really worthwhile. So I'm really kind of happy that this process of sitting down each month, putting together a budget, seeing what's coming up, seeing what's important to me, and then like allocating money like that rather than just kind of reacting to stuff as it came in. And I think having the emergency fund, having the sinking funds, it just means that I've got a bit of safety and security, and each month I'm not just like whacking money to like whatever the latest emergency is. So I hope that makes sense. Bit of a ramble as always towards the end. I've also had a not very good week with no spend days this month, just this week, just because as I say, I've been doing like lots of jobs and ticking loads of things off the to-do list, many of which had like a little cost, nothing major, but just like had some costs associated with them. So for this week coming up, so week 1 of May, I'm going to really try and increase those no spend days and be really like focused on that. So there we go. Okay, well thanks for watching my video. I will hopefully see you in my next one when I'll be doing sinking funds, or obviously my week 1 close out, my week 2 cash stuff. I hope you continue to enjoy the lovely weather we're having in the UK, and I hope you stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.